This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen? Amen. Yes, this is a very auspicious day for all of us. Why? Ask me why. Why? Because we're all here, sparkling, right? So there are just three things that I'd like to say. Why are we here? Right. This is the first in-person event that we have for President's Toastmasters Club after the pandemic. And it's so nice to see all of you, as in all of you. From this table, our charter president, Dodong Baduel, for those who don't know him. For our charter member, Bingo de Jaresco. 35 years. 35 years na silang presidents. Nag-start on this, and they're still here, and we're so glad. Our past president, Mariano Ong Tangka, and past Division A Governor, our past Division A Governor also, Remy Kua, and past president. And of course, our honorary member, and she's always here during our events, our past international director, Christine Templito. And I'd like to welcome also on that table from past division governor of Division G. Governor Remy Ibay, another Remy. And our past president, Noli Manlapas, from Tamarao and Angeles City. Yes. That table, our past president also, past President Shana Sino. Our singing guest, Bolts, Victoria. Okay. And our area director, Dan Agapay. And the past president of Pilipinas Toastmasters Club and past president of President's Toastmasters Club, Rina Chanko. Yeah, Filipinas also. So it's so nice to see everyone. Another reason that we are celebrating tonight is this is the 35th year anniversary. We started to celebrate our big events when we got to our 20th year. That was the time when President Remy Kua was the president. 20th year. And then we thought that we will celebrate every 5 years. So we said the 20th year was in 2008. And then we celebrated again in 2013 and in 2018 and now, the 35th year. The third reason that we're here is that we will be installing into office the new set of officers for President's Toastmasters Club. So, the President's Toastmasters Club has been a President's Distinguished Club for the past 18 years. And this year, this is the 18th year, and even before the DISCON, we are already President's Distinguished. So thank you to the leadership of this year. The legacy of presidents being a President's Distinguished Club started during the time of Menchi Ong Tangka, the late Menchi Ong Tangka, when she really pushed us to attain that President's Distinguished Club Award. And then the following year, we challenged ourselves, back to back. Yes, back to back. And we did it. Back to back. I was the president. Back to back. So that was the challenge. And then we said, if we can do it back to back, let's do it the third time. So we were able to do it the third time. And then, okay, let's go for 5 years. So we again made it to 5 years. And that is history, my friends. So we are now so grateful that we are celebrating our 18th year as the President's Distinguished Club or President's Toastmasters Club. So those are the things that we will celebrate, and thank you very much for being here. Our anniversary chair, our anniversary committee chaired by our past president, Shea Sosa, has lined up a fun program with games and very many surprises. So sit back, relax, and I hope you had a good dinner, and welcome everyone. Good evening.
And we are very honored tonight, to hear from the man who started all of this, and our very special guest who we always, want to accommodate, and always accommodates us all the way from Cebu. So let us put our hands together for our charter president, past district governor, distinguished Toastmaster, our beloved Dodong Badwell.
I came all the way from Cebu. I just arrived tonight. And that is the only applause you can give me. Thank you. When I was district governor, I was asked, Dodong, why did you join Toastmasters? And I said, in this highly competitive world, good looks are not enough. You will notice I brought my written speech because my memory is not as good as before. So, a little patience. One day, I was surprised. My granddaughter asked me, he said, Grandpa, are you still growing? I was surprised. Why are you asking? Because Grandpa, I noticed the top of your head is coming through your hair. That is obvious, no? President March, all the past presidents who are here, past international director Christine, my fellow officers, past presidents, my fellow presidents, mayong gabi kanatong tanan. Who do people say I am? 35 years ago, I was a young 45 years old. 35 years later, I am still a young 80 years old. Because to me, old is 15 years older than me. And at 80, I'm still waiting for tomorrow. One of the best things that happened to me, and one which is my proudest, is that in 1988, I helped found the President's Toastmasters Club. It was a star-studded club. The past presidents of Cebu were joined by the vanguards in Manila, like Beda Biala, Daina Loomis Campos, Lita Daiko, and of course, Bingo de Harisco, one of our charter members. And my good friend, the indomitable past district governor, Jimmy Pamintuan, who the two of us nurtured the birth and the growth of this club, and the club sparkled and continued to sparkle up to the present day. And I think that is the challenge of the new leadership that is coming in, that our club will forever sparkle. Toastmasters is the vehicle for self-improvement. Toastmasters is the vehicle for success, for the fulfillment of our dreams. So it is important that we fully maximize the use of Toastmasters in making our dreams come true. What does it profit a man if his talent is hidden in the timidity of his heart and the weakness of his spirit? Does not matter. I recall the story of a nurse from California who, when she came to the Philippines, expected her father to meet her driving the brand new 2013 Fortuner that she gave him on his birthday. And she was surprised because the father was still driving the old Beetle, 30 years old. And when she asked her father why, father answered, I do not understand what is going on. This Fortuner has many buttons, so many gadgets, so many lights. I do not know how to use them. So I rather drive my old Volkswagen. What a waste of money. And that will happen to us, to you, us Toastmasters, if we do not truly harness the things that Toastmasters has provided for us. We paid good money for membership. We should get our money's worth. You should drive your 2013 Fortuner. You should complete your manuals. You should accept the leadership challenge, be a club president, and eventually become district director. Do not sell yourself short. Michelangelo once said, the greatest danger is not in aiming too high and not getting it. The greatest danger is in aiming too low and you get it. You should reach for the farthest star. Toastmasters has helped me in many ways. It helped me when I was city councilor of Cebu City, when I was commissioner of the Land Transportation Commission, when I was consultant of the Commission on Appointments, Senate of the Philippines. But what made my life more fulfilling is that in Toastmasters, you learn to help others. You learn to help others beyond the world of Toastmasters. And helping others is more meaningful to your life. It is said that there are many causes to champion, many charities to attend to, many hungry mouths, many hungry children in the real world. It is asked for us to lend a helping hand to make sure that this world is a little bit better. What I ask of you, my fellow Toastmasters, tonight is to give a part of your time to helping others, a part of your time to give your loving, caring care for people less fortunate. When you do this, you bring sparkle to their lives. And you do it today, now, not someday, because someday may never come. Today is here. And if we do what is expected of us as a human being, then this club will continue to sparkle and the sparkle that it will create would be brighter than the stars in the sky on a moonlit night. So, who do the people say I am? I am a Toastmaster of the President's Toastmasters Club, and Sparkle is our name. Mayong gabi kaninyong tanan.
To our Charter President, past District Governor Dodong Baduel, past International Governor, Director Christine, to our Area Director Dana Gapay, to all our esteemed guests, to my fellow Toastmasters, good evening everyone. Good evening. You see, it's almost a year now since I stood in a crowd just like this. I remember that was last year when I got inducted as president of this club. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the first in-person event since pandemic. And I also remember that night when our distinguished Toastmaster, Remy, said something along the lines of, guess what? This year is our 35th anniversary, just in time for your term, March. And I was like, really, Tita Remy? I mean, just the thought of being the president of this club already scares me. I mean, who doesn't? This club has the reputation of being the President's Distinguished Club for 17 years. That is a tall order for me, at least as the president of this club. And saying that I was scared was an understatement. But you know, everything changed when I met the executive committee of this club. And that was when I told myself, I will not going to do this alone. We're in this together. And I remember meeting with them, and that was when a plan sparked inside of me. And I told myself, we just needed that little spark. And true enough, that spark helped us to move forward. Literal na spark, as in S-P-A-R-K. And it all started, it's actually a process for us. S stands for just start. You see, when I assumed the leadership as president of this club, to be honest with you, it was a nerve-wracking experience. But it helped that our immediate past president, Shay, was there to help me out when I was just starting out. And also the members of this club who not only contributed to their growth as a member, but contributed to the growth of this club as well. So at this point, can I invite all the members of President's Toastmasters Club to please all stand and be recognized. Let's all stand. Can we give them a warm round of applause, please? The members of President's Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much. You may now be seated. But of course, I will be a little biased tonight. The reason why I got that motivated was because of my wife, who happens to be the Vice President for Public Relations of this club. Pogi points, +1. So that was the start, just start. And then the second part of the process is plan ahead. And it also helped that our area director, Dan Agapay, was there. I remember when he chatted me over on Facebook and he was asking about the club success plan. And that was when I was thinking about, okay, this should be our strategy for this year. So planning ahead. But I believe that planning ahead will just be put to waste if you don't act. And that's the third part of the process. I love that this club, the club I call home, has the likes of distinguished Toastmaster Janice, who never fails to send her follow-up messages, emails to our guests in order for them to become members. And of course, we also have our VP Ed, Toastmaster Emma, who make sure that we have the lineup. And of course, my plus two, my wife, our VP for PR, who has been consistently posting on social media in order for us to gain exposure. So it all started when we start, and then plan ahead, act, and we just repeated the process. So R stands for repeat. But there's one most important part of the process, and that is to keep at it for an extended period of time. Just to give you an idea, last year when I assumed the leadership, from June to December, we only had one new member for this club. And I was thinking back then, how do we able to complete the DCP goals knowing that we only have one new member? But you know what? We just kept at it for an extended period of time. We just kept sending invites. Just kept reminding our guests. We just kept on doing our thing. And guess what? From one new member last year, this year, starting January to March, we're able to incur 9 new members. Woohoo! 2 of them are here, Vasquer and Toastmaster Mimi. So I believe our process worked. Spark. Just start, plan ahead, act, repeat, and keep at it for an extended period of time. I remember my mentor, Hal Elrod, if you know him. He's the author of the book, Miracle Equation, when he said, the purpose of setting a goal is not really to hit that goal. The purpose of setting a goal is who you become in the process by giving everything you got until the last possible moment. And that's what we did. Now, you may be asking, did we hit our goal? Can you ask me that question? Well, heck yeah! We were able to hit our goal because I know that we gave our all in order for us to get to that. The bonus part is this. Just this March, we were able to achieve the President's Distinguished Club for 18 consecutive years now. Woohoo! Nabunutan ng tinik sa wakas. And not only that, we also got 10 over 10 in our DCP points, which is... But wait, there's more. There were also 3 of us who made it to Triple Crown. So that includes myself, Toastmaster Jethro, and Toastmaster Donna. So what a way to celebrate our 35th anniversary. And you see, in a month or two, I will be ending my stint as the president of this club. But even so, I will always tell myself, I will always be proud to tell myself that this club, President's Toastmasters Club, is the club I will always call home. Happy 35 years of Sparkle, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jane. Our incoming president is a certified workaholic. She is very hardworking, focused, and committed. She is a certified public accountant by profession who worked for different companies for the past 25 years. To those who still don't know, I'm her daughter, or she's my mother. When I was a child, I would always see her in the morning prepare for work because she and Papa would drop me off to school. I studied in St. Paul College, Pasig. Then when she comes home, instead of just relaxing, she would still work in front of her laptop and calculator. That's how hardworking she is. You see, my mother is the eldest of 7 children. Their life was hard in Buyuan, Legazpi City in Bicol. She's a Bicolana. And she would walk several kilometers just to go to their school, in high school and in college. She took up accounting because she knew it's the course that actually will pay her good money after graduation. But her dream really is to become a teacher in our barrio in Buyuan. But lo and behold, she graduated magna cum laude in Aquinas University in Bicol, now UST. She was hoping to work in Manila and she was able to work in SGV. There she met my father, Papa Danny. They eventually got married and got a bungalow house in Pasig. And despite that, she continued to support the tuition of her siblings in Bicol. And this really speaks of her generosity and selfless love for her family. Huwag ka muna iiyak, ha? Our incoming president is one strong and courageous woman. She faces her fears. I remember the time she accompanied me to attend the President's Toastmasters meeting. Sabi niya, sasama lang ako hindi ako magme-member dyan, hindi ako magsasalita. Lo and behold, after the meeting, paano ba sumali dyan? Pahingin ng application form, she signed up. And the following meeting, we were inducted as new members of the club. Now we're 9 years in presidents. And what's surprising as well, she even finished her competent communicator norm in her first year. Mas nauna pa siya sa akin. And she's always part of the club officers. Always treasurer or other, hindi po siya nawawala. Years passed when tragedy struck our family. My father had a stroke at the age of 49 years old. I admire my mama's faith and courage. She never lost hope despite the problem that she always trusted God was always with us. And she continued to serve in our church. Pareho po kaming lectors and commentators. She then transitioned from an employee to business, starting her life insurance career with Manulife to augment the needs of the family and to also have more time to serve my father who was ill at that time. Now, she is a successful branch head of Manulife for 20 plus years, a consistent Gamma awardee that speaks of her excellent leadership in the company. She encourages each one to always do their best, no matter what the obstacles are. Ang lagi niya pong tanong sa amin, have you given your very best? Because if not, don't you ever quit. Laging ganun ang sagot niya. And that is tantamount to saying, meron siyang never say die attitude. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, help me welcome our incoming president, Toastmaster Emma Senyorito.
Na-overwhelmed na ako sa introduction. I'm an emotional person and I easily cry. Since a child, I always watch the dramas. That's why I have mababa po ang aking mga luha. So actually, I was so surprised that when our past president gave us our message, the message that that I want to discuss with you tonight, parang align doon sa message ni past president. Kasi I'm about to start to ask you, what is service leadership? I chanced to read about this, and it says it's a powerful force. When a person discovers her heart to serve, answer a call to lead, and summons her courage to engage and collaborate. And I think that's the foundation of President's Toastmaster that was started by our charter president, past district governor Dodong Banduel. And I was so surprised that that's the message he taught us, he talked about tonight. And I said, wow, it really just confirmed to me that it is service leadership. I think we are familiar of servant leadership, but I think in Toastmaster, that is really the moving force. And in fact, this celebration, the 35th celebration, was pulled through by our immediate past president, Shea Sosa, in barely 1 month. See, all the working committees here are new members, and I'm so as in my installation last year, I said I'm a hesitant vice president for education. I know this is a challenging role, and of course, I want to take the role of the where I think I am quite capable, and usually I take the treasurer's role. When it comes to the point when March was called to become the vice president for education, they said there's no other one who will be replacing him. It's now my time to be the vice president for education. So I was really I feel, can I really do the job? But that makes my life easy because we have a team of officers who were really very supportive. Especially, I give special mention to our Vice President for Public Relations, Donna Nasino. She is very capable of really promoting our club. That's why we have so many new members. And of course, we got the help from our past president, Sha. I think her programs. That's where we get our new members because she has this speaking seminar, I think, where after graduating from that club, they are invited to attend our meetings. So immediately after they attended the meetings, they signed up as members. So we were happy. That's what our president Mark said, that starting this year, January, we were having, I think we had about 7 new members. 9, see? So that's why, for the first time, I think this year, we were able to complete early the President's Distinguished Club with perfect 10 points. So that's really a big accomplishment of our club this year. So for next year, of course, I summarized our goals into 3 E's. Acronym for my name. The first E, of course, is excellence. We still want to continue the legacy of the past presidents. We want to meet the President's Distinguished Club early on. By March 2024, we want to be President's Distinguished. But we have a bigger goal this time. We want to be at least the top 10. So we will bigger goal. Top 10 and the clubs in the district. So that's I have to see what we will do, what bigger actions we will do for this coming Toastmaster year. And the second E is expand. We want to have more active members. I think right now our active are 22. We want to be at least 35 or more. And then the last E is empower. We really want to help all our members to complete their pathways program. And also, in fact, we have started this year to assign personal mentors to our new members so that it gives them, they are guided on how to proceed with their pathways. And that's why we have a new member here, Jethro. He has completed already Triple Crown. That means 3 pathways. 3 levels, in pathways. And we want to have more. If we have 3 this year, we want to double that number. And I think that's doable because we have 9. So I think that's a doable number. And of course, we will heed the call of our charter president to help more people, maybe help them to become better communicators. And I think that's the goal really of the seminar of SHA, to help people who have difficulty in communication and also help them in their leadership skills. So we will actually complement each other, and I think we will be able to continue to sparkle. And really, we will continue the legacy of our charter president and the members. So thank you for all of here who are here who are celebrating with us. Thank you, and we hope to see you in our next celebration, the 40th year.
Can you look at the person beside you, smile at that person, and tell that person, I see you. Our charter president, Dodong Maduel, President March, all our dignitaries from this table, our chairmans, Shay, and everyone who's here, every beautiful and gorgeous person who is here, good evening. Today, I'm going to share with you a simple message, and that message is, when you feel seen, you sparkle. When you feel seen, you sparkle. I remember about many years ago, in 2007, I delivered my first ever speech in front of 20 people. It was a prepared speech, and I was so nervous. I could feel that my knees were shaking, and I really tried hard to remember the speech I memorized, but I couldn't remember a thing. I also noticed that a tear was about to fall, and I didn't want people to see me cry. And so there was a lectern, and I hid behind the lectern. While hiding behind the lectern, I thought to myself, am I being disrespectful because I'm not facing the audience? And so I stood up again, looked at the audience, and at that point, I still couldn't remember anything I memorized from my speech. And I started to cry. And the audience members were telling me, it's okay, Sha, take your time. As I took my time crying. When there were no more tears left, I went back to my seat, and that was my first ever speech. That was also when I realized how supportive an environment President's Toastmasters Club is. I felt seen by the members of President's Toastmasters Club. Every time I would deliver a speech and they would evaluate me, I felt seen. Fast forward to today, I'm a professional speaker. I travel the world to speak. Just last month, an organizer invited me to speak in the Maldives. They flew me, they made me stay in this 5-star resort. And it was one of their biggest events. attended by no less than their vice president and their country's first lady. And I wouldn't be where I am right now if not for President's Toastmasters Club. So can we give a hand to President's Toastmasters Club? Indeed, when you feel seen, you sparkle. Let me share with you another story, and this is my journey as a singer. I've always wanted to sing. Ever since I was young. I remember one time my papa and I were in his car and my drum started playing. So I started to sing. My papa looked at me and he upped the volume. He looked at me again teasingly and he maxed the volume. That was his way of telling me, Sha, don't sing. My brother is very good when it comes to playing the guitar, your current president. When we were jamming, or so I thought, my brother would tell me, Sha, I'll let you know when it's time to enter. Verse 1 is done. I tried to sing and he said, not yet, Sha. Chorus, I tried, not yet, Sha. Verse 2, chorus again, the song is done and I never got the chance to sing. That was my brother's way of saying, Sha, don't sing. At President's Toastmasters Club, I would deliver speeches. And in my speeches, I would inject a line or two from a song. And I remember, out of love, my evaluators, no matter who that evaluator is or was, would tell me something along the lines of, Sha, can you please do us a favor? Stick to speaking and don't sing. As I gave up my dream to become a singer, I realized if there are 4 singing voices, bass, tenor, soprano, and alto, apparently mine was sintonado. And then one day, I met with a speaking coach because I wanted him to help me with my speaking voice. We were in a crowded coffee shop, and he told me, Sha, can you sing? Now, that was the first time someone ever asked me to sing. Someone was almost begging me to sing. And so, I gave him the opportunity to listen to a world-class voice. In that coffee shop, I sang. And you know what he said? Sha, you have a beautiful voice. You are meant to sing. And I almost fell off my chair. What voice did he listen to? Why was everyone else telling me to stop singing and not to sing? It so happened that this person is a singing coach. And so whenever I doubted myself, I would call him up and ask him, Jerome, do you really think I can sing? And he would say, yes, Sha, your voice is mezzo-soprano. Your voice is the same as the voice of Regine Velasquez, Lea Salonga. You can sing any Disney song, original key. And so, I had my first debut as a singer during the Global Authors Summit, attended by 500 people globally, live in person. I brought my own pianist because my struggle then was to follow, when do I enter, right? So the pianist told me, don't worry, just sing. I'll be the one to adjust. That's why I can only sing live if I bring my pianist with me. So anyway, fast forward to today, I am now a recording artist. Correction, international recording artist. And I've done 30 music videos so far. And these were recorded in Boracay, different places, the Philippines, Bohol, Switzerland, France, Paris, France, and Amsterdam. And I'm going to show you a music medley that I did, which I also directed, by the way. So I'm going to share with you 3 of my 30 music videos in 2 minutes, and we're going to play it now. If you know the song, you can sing along. Thank you. Thank you, Araneta and company. When you feel seen, you sparkle from someone like me who was not a singer, who was tone deaf all my life. It only took one person to see the singer in me. I felt seen. And now, at President's Toastmasters Club, and in your life, in your line of business, what are the possibilities that you want to happen? How can you make yourself feel seen by you? Better yet, how can you make the people in your organization feel seen? And how can you unlock those possibilities in those people? Now, I want you again to look at the person beside you and try very hard to see the potential in that person. I'm sure you can see some potential in the person beside you. Try very hard. Be creative, be imaginative. If you're having a hard time, and tell that person, sincerely, tell that person, I see you. I see you. President's Toastmasters Club, I see you. This is Shana Sino, and good evening, everyone.
All right, one more round of applause for Shaq Nasino.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, I want to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude for the time and effort you've invested in our club. Without your enthusiasm and dedication, we wouldn't be where we are today. As we come to an end to this Toastmasters event, I encourage you to reflect on the progress we've made as individuals and as a group. Remember the lessons learned, the mistakes made, and the success achieved. Let's continue to support each other and provide a safe, encouraging environment to practice our speaking and leadership skills. I have no doubt that with your commitment, our club will continue to thrive and produce accomplished speakers. So here's to the future of President's Toastmasters Club. May we never stop learning, growing, and becoming the best versions of ourselves. Cheers! Okay. Friends, did you know that speech that I mentioned to you was created through Chat GPT? Imagine, in a matter of 10 seconds, you'll be able to produce a closing message. Crazy, right? That's the power of AI. I just mentioned in ChatGPT, produce me or create me a closing message for President's Toastmasters Club event. And that was the result. People will have actually the assistance of this technology to create instant speeches. We all know that. So what makes us Toastmasters stay relevant? We still make a difference in our own personal stories. And so I believe that ChatGPT can do that. We can give and continue to give valuable feedback to our fellow Toastmasters to improve their speaking abilities. And ChatGPT can do that. As Toastmasters, we need to be aware and adapt to this technology, but not at the expense of producing average speeches. Our role is to keep on leveling up our standards of excellence. Continue to do it in the spirit of integrity, respect, excellence, and service to Toastmasters and non-Toastmasters alike. Tonight, we experienced a lot of fun and camaraderie. Would you agree with me? Yes! And the friendship that we've built as a family here in President's Toastmasters with our guests as well. That is the beauty of being part of this amazing organization, something you can actually call home. And so, ito na yung tunay. May the President's Toastmasters continue to grow in number and impact more lives. Cheers! May members of this club continue to work together towards achieving both our personal and team goals. Cheers! And lastly, may our district leaders, then and now, continue to inspire, guide, and support us to becoming the best communicator and leaders that we are called to be. Cheers, everyone!